job
Yeah.
with the earnest money holding and making sure that
Really?
you get paid on time. Who is?
Tressler and Associates. They have offices in Lebanon, Murfreesboro, Brentwood,
Who?
and
Tressler
Tressler.
Associates, who's the contact? You don't know?
Hang on, I'll tell you.
I got one.
Who
I
else,
got one.
Amy?
Premier Land Title.
Premier?
Premier Land and Title. Contact person is Amy Kane.
Who?
Amy Kane.
Amy Kane.
Kane, C-A-I-N. 615-410-3600.
I tell you what, because
I'll put it all in our update
yeah,
today.
put all of the ones where their offices are and let everybody use who they want to. Because, you know what, guys, here's another thing. I'm just gonna throw this out there, and you guys, this is for y'all's benefit. You can have people help you with your business from a mortgage standpoint and from a title. They can help you market and do things. Work the deal. You know what I'm saying? Let somebody help you build your business, however you want to do that, and send the business to them.
John Tressler.
What?
Text that to-
John Tressler.
David, text that to me so I can put it in the update today.
Lakeside Title in Goodlettsville, they did one for me last week. So if anybody's on the north side of town,
And they got everything paid on time?
yeah, if I was paid at the table.
Has anybody else had them write checks to eXp instead of you?
But we're going to talk about that in a minute, so hold that thought for a second.
And they know eXp?
Squirrel!
They've already done eXp?
Okay, let's get back to Scott Slope.
Yeah, I was supposed to be up here 20 minutes. Moving on.
Okay, so let me ask you a
Sound
question.
like a damn modem.
That's what's wrong with the computer.
Okay, so if the title company is holding earnest money, so like on a listing, they should make the check out to the title company, correct?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
It's
okay,
never to be
gotcha.
made to EXP
Okay, gotcha,
or to you.
gotcha.
It's
Vegas,
called commingling.
oh yeah.
All right, lender page. This is totally optional. You can put your lender info in here if you want to. This way you can just sort of go back and reference to it if you need any of the info. Next page on home warranty is the same exact thing. Of course, if you have a home warranty with your listing, then you're going to put that here. And miscellaneous info, same thing. If you want to put any of your vendors or, like your inspector, termite company, anything like that, you can put here on miscellaneous contact. So we're going to save this. Does anybody have any questions about what you got to put in for your listing? It's pretty self-explanatory, right? All you got to do is look for the little red marks and it'll tell you. So once it's saved, you will submit that and it'll go into your accounts in SkySlope. All right, so we're going to go back. So at the top of the page where you see where it says eXp Realty, anytime you need to move pages, all you have to do is click on that. Okay, it'll take you right back to your main screen. All right, let's do create a listing. I mean, guys, we can spend a lot of time on things that you can do, tasks that you can do, but we don't have enough time for that. So Tammy's just asked me to show you how to create, put your buyers in there and how to create a listing.
I have a question.
Okay?
As you're going along, entering and you have a stopping point where you don't know what to do, is there any kind of chat like there is on some of the other things?
Yes.
Yes, up at the top, see where it has the little, well here, I'll just click on
But
it.
let me say, Expressway. If you will go into Expressway, remember, Expressway has any and all training tools that you need for anything that eXp has. So there's tutorials in Expressway that you can watch on SkySlope that gives you detail by detail. So, I mean, there is some chat, but watch the tutorials.
Their chat is actually very good.
It is.
Yeah.
Support is great.
Yep.
Yeah, so Linda, up there where the little head's at, it'll say support. That's where you can go. But honestly, once you get in there, I mean, you're going to know the info to put in there. And if you put something wrong, it's going to tell you, and it's probably because you've left something out, or like I did when I was trying to go back and forth with that acceptance date. Okay, so for your listing, again, if you have an MLS number, put that in first. It will default all your necessary info in here. We're creating a listing now. Oh, no, mine did it. Y'all can play along on this screen. Listing agent should always be your name. If you have a co-agent that's listing it with you, this is where you would put their name. Here's your list price. And again, on your source, it's going to ask you where you got this listing. I'm going to say it's a personal referral. Back up to the top, it's going to default on the day that you put the listing in. Street name. Mickey Mouse Lane today. Going on down to type. Same thing, it's going to ask you if it's residential or commercial. Year built. Okay, now we're going to go to commission. Your listing commission. It's basically 3%. If it's more, if it's less, that's where you put it. Sales commission, the same.
just say the son of a bitch.
What was that, David?
I don't think you meant for anybody to hear that.
I got a question. Some listings have 2.5 on there.
Yeah, whatever you have agreed. Right, whatever you have agreed.
Can you go back and negotiate all that too? If
You
they
need
say
to
2.
negotiate that on the front end, but
Well-
if it changes, which is a great point, so say you did cut your commission, and you do put 2% there. This is what eXp is seeing. This is what they're going to pay you from. So if somewhere down the line you change that, you've renegotiated, and they now are going to pay you 3%, 4%, make sure you go back in there and change that. Okay, because if you leave it at 2%, that's what eXp is going to cut your check for. Okay, so make sure you change that. So that's a great question. If you do have a special situation, you can always put that down where it says that, yeah, where if there's a breakdown. If say Blake and I got a listing and we're given a referral, or it's a family member that we're not charging commission, then you can just always put that in your additional notes if you have to cut your commission.
Or let's say, and I'm going to use Renee as an example. Renee's got a couple of team members that she works with. So let's say she gives Andrew a lead, and her and Andrew, everything's going in her sky slope, but Andrew and her are splitting the commission. This is where you've got to put the terms in there of what you're getting, what he's getting. You're not both putting it in sky slope.
Right, so she, up where it says co-agent, that's where Renee would have put Andrew's name,
Correct.
okay? Teresa?
I don't know, I'm sorry, are you two a selling agent yet, or where you pick?
No, this is a list.
No, she's
No, this is
working on
a
her
listing,
Okay,
so I would be the selling agent.
situation, but if we're doing a listing all day, I'm still about to start.
Okay. All I heard is I'll hold my thought.
She said, if we're doing the listing, I'll hold my.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you put your commission in. If you have a referring agent, like Blake and I have a listing from an agent from Florida, we put her name in there. Referral amount, like we give her 25%. Put Put that in there. That way, corporate's gonna know how much to give them on your split. Put her company name.
How many of you use a transaction coordinator? Okay, in order, were you gonna say that?
No, go ahead.
Okay, in order for a transaction coordinator to show on the Alta, the HUD, whatever you wanna call it now, they have to have a TIN number. Otherwise, you have to pay the transaction coordinator directly yourself. So they have to provide their W-9 and all their information to eXp for us to show that on the closing statement. Does that make sense? You would need to get with your transaction coordinator and get their documents, and then you're gonna upload it in additional documents on SkySlope.
I did skip one on your expiration date. So of course you're going to have a list date. Expiration date is what you're going to have on your contract. Make sure you put that in there. Again, if you forget it, it's going to let you know. Like it did me. It was really slow. Everybody's talking. Yeah. Once you save it, it'll pop up, let you know what your listing is. Then see at the top where it has an email, see where it says Mickey Mouse Lane? So when you're going back and forth with anyone that is pertaining this actual transaction, you can copy this to this email. Okay, so normally that would have like an address up there, 123 Main Street. So if you're going to send an email to the lender or an email title company, you can always copy this email address. So then when they send that email back to you, you can always refer to the property's email address. So say after it's closed and it's 3 months down the road, you don't remember your buyer or seller's name, but you remember the address, you can always go into your email, type in the address, and all those emails will pop up. Everything is also stored in SkySlope. So anything you do, I don't care if you just go in there and make one little change, every single thing you do in SkySlope is traced. It's documented. Okay, so you can go back, we can show you that later, but you can always go in there and see that. So here's where you will put your seller's information. Always put it on both of them. You can put all the info in there that you want, or you can just put their name, save it. Home warranty, same thing, just like on the selling side. If you have a home warranty that you're offering, you can put that in there, or the seller is offering, buyer is getting. And then again, there's your miscellaneous contact info. You need to put any kind of vendors or anything in there. Any questions on that? Pretty easy, right? Okay, so once you get your listing in, it's going to take you straight to your checklist. These are the documents that are required, that you have to put in. They're going to be in red. Okay, so see there where it says MLS listing, and your exclusive right to sell listing, those are required. Even though the rest of the stuff, we get that as well, that is not required to upload into SkySlope. You still have to get it, of course. It's TREC required. So you can just hold on to those, or there is a place where you could actually upload them to keep them all in one file. So once you get those uploaded, which you're going to have that stuff downloaded into your computer, of course, so you're just going to go to attach, find the PDF, it attaches it right into SkySlope. Then that red is going to turn into, I think it's yellow, that says reviewing. Once Bo or Aaliyah has seen that and has accepted it, then it'll turn green. Okay? Does the same thing on your other checklist, which of course there's a lot more, but it'll tell you exactly what is required. That's pretty much it on a listing and
Go back here.
buyers.
Okay, if you go back to your main screen, if you go down here to your bottom right-hand corner, it's gonna say working documents. If you click on office documents, this is where sometimes if you're working with a reload company or mainly reload companies, you might need the company's W-9 form. When a reload company asks you for the W-9, it is not your W-9. It is the company W-9. So the company W-9 is here on office forms. The wire fraud form is also here. So if you're setting up templates for your buyers and your sellers, I would go ahead and just put that wire fraud form with all your documents because you have to have it on every transaction. You will not get paid unless you have that form with all of your